Yeah. They ain't believe me when I told them crypto was the future. Now they trying to get in, but it's too late. We've been stacking marbles since day one. No banks, no middlemen, just power moves. Let's get it. Yeah.
Yo, what's going on? It is that time again to talk all things cryptocurrency, to get involved in all things Bitcoin, institutional money, airdrop finance, you name it, baby. We are going to be breaking it down tonight. We've got a banger of a show, let me tell you. It is going to be epic. We've got a ton of news to talk about coming out of the, coming out of the US. We've got a lot to talk about in terms of price action. I've got some super crazy XRP bullish news that I don't think anyone's talked about yet, so I'm going to break that down for you as well. And we've also got some stuff around Trident Digital and Aerodrome Finance. And FYI, freaking Ethereum is now officially over 4,000 and looking pretty solid if you ask me. So some very good moves in the market, continuing the last 2 days of very good optimism. And like I said, there is way more to talk about, way more to get excited about. And like I said, we're going to break all of it down so that you guys are absolutely tuned in. So as always, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button to brand new all-time high. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, then you probably should do. Likewise, welcoming everybody on TikTok. We appreciate you guys tuning in as well. I am a little bit early tonight, but I like to try and get on early. We like to try and get things happening. We like to try and get things moving here so that we are very much dialed into what's going on in the market. So we appreciate you taking the time out. But like I said, we have got an epic show to get into tonight. So with that being said, let's say hello to a few people, and then we're going to get right into the content. So Tim, welcome to you as always. Blaze is here as well. RPM, what's going on? Welcome. Vern's here. Welcome to you. Cheese here. Chip is here. 37 Hopper in the building. Welcome. Chris Bendix. F. Joe says, yo, 2-bit. What's going on, pal? Millsy, good to see you. Mike's in the building. Welcome to you. And yeah, welcome to everybody that's tuning in, like I said, on YouTube. And then, man, lots of people jumping in on the TikTok live as well. So Crypto Mike 75, welcome to you. Brad's here. Arebus here. Keno1025, welcome to you. Michelle Kirby, number 6, welcome. Great name. Love it. Heidi's in the building as well, as is Tayob, welcome. So yeah, look, we appreciate you guys tuning in as always. If you've got any questions, any thoughts, opinions, views, or anything you maybe want answering, then let me know, and I will certainly try and answer it the best I can. If you're brand new here and it's your first time, I've been invested in this market since 2017. I've been through the highs, the lows, my third bull market, and let me tell you, this is going to be the best one yet. We're dialed in, we're ready to rock and roll, and we are absolutely, in my opinion, going to come out the other side of this feeling as bullish as you could ever imagine. So, yeah, we will get into all of that as well. XYO, I mean, it's having a decent run today, nothing crazy. It's about 0.29. You'd argue it's behind the market, but market structure looks like it might look for a move to the upsides, but it doesn't feel like it's going crazy at the minute. Volume a little bit down. But anyway, if you've got favorite coins, we'll talk about it. We'll get into it. We'll discuss it. And like I said, we're going to keep close to what is going on. So with that being said, TikTok is your turn to turn around. I will see you guys very, very shortly. You can go and look at the charts. And yeah, we'll get into kind of what I think is here. Randy says the price is falling. And the price is coming to a level that is deemed as appropriate, I think is where I would get to. Nothing can go up forever. Otherwise, whatever goes up would come down as quick, and you end up with a very, very short bull market. So pullbacks and corrections are totally normal and are absolutely fine. Remember, we are quite a significant way from our previous all-time high up here, which was around $123,100. So yeah, Mark Nobi, what's going on, pal? I didn't think we were streaming today. Bonus, yeah, streaming today, and I'm going to do a stream tomorrow, and then I break up for holiday for a week. So there'll just be content, maybe a TikTok live, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see. We'll see. Curtis says, bloody hell, 2-bit, your start times are more spontaneous than the missus mood swings. I just like to come live. If I'm sat here and everything's set up, I just feel like I should just go live. Rather than sit here till 9 o'clock and then go live, because I might as well just get some extra, views in. Anyway, so here we go. Market structure looking pretty good. Obviously, a lot of the moves yesterday. No surprise that we are getting a small correction. This is the 12-hour chart, by the way, just in case anyone was curious. I go to the south of France cheese. So, yeah, I'm excited about that. It should be good. Went last year as well. It was really, really good. But, yeah, a obvious correction off the back of that. I wouldn't even call it a correction, really. I'd just call it an easing out, personally. Given sort of where the market sentiment's been, given the kind of crazy bullishness we got yesterday, it certainly just feels like the market's having an easy ride. Now, what is important to reference, though, is momentum. And I think when you start to talk about this chart, you talk about where momentum is and how that's then going to play out over the course of, short-term, week, medium-term, over the next month maybe. And then longer-term, you're looking at probably the next couple of months towards the end of the year. And what you can see here, in my opinion, by the way, is we've got some nice momentum to the upside. Yes, we're seeing these little kind of corrections, which you're always going to get, by the way. It's never going to move away from this. You're always going to sort of get these movements in the market. But there's a couple of things, right? So again, you could argue on this particular move, right? This is a higher high. I know you've got this bit here, but I said to you guys yesterday, I didn't press that. I said to you guys yesterday, you almost sort of get into a world where this becomes the market structure as opposed to this whole range over here. So this is actually starting to form a very nice move. Now, also worthwhile noting here on the Fibonacci retracement, if we were to take the overall move, by the way, which again, you take this top move here and then you bring it down to this bottom move here. What is super interesting, there's the move, sorry. What is super interesting yet again is you see some of these key levels that we've been talking about for a while. You see this kind of pullback. We are currently retesting 116,897. That's the number we're looking for. My opinion, by the way, if we get this break above this line here, 116,897, then we're probably good. We'll consolidate around this range. If we don't, on the daily close, which I'm looking for, we may come down and retest this 115,417. That wouldn't be out of the ordinary. Take a look at the 4-hour chart. You can see there we did actually retest the 116,900. We've actually retested it a few times. We've been toying with this all day, which is why I think it's an important level to break on the daily candle. Because if we do, that would cement a little bit more strong play. However, if we don't, I think we come down and retest this 115.4, which could be over the weekend. We could see a little bit of profit taken, a little bit of market dumping over the course of the weekend as well. So I do think it's important to keep an eye out for it. If you wanted to just take a little bit of a better look, you take the Fibonacci out, and we sort of have this range here at the bottom that we've been talking about. Again, the momentum is with us here on the 4-hour, 12-hour again, and even daily still looks pretty optimistic. If you want to go super macro and come out on the weekly candles, you're like, oh, all right, well, yeah, this is totally fine. This is totally fine. You know, next week will be pretty flat, and then we go for the kabooma as we move to that kind of August. I think it wasn't August the 18th, was it? August 25th, that should be. There we go. We move over that kabooma as we sort of head up towards a potential local top or the first top on the market around $135,000 to $138,000. So again, we'll see kind of how this plays out. But for me, market structure is actually looking pretty bullish. Like I said, the daily close though is the important one above this range here around 116.8 if you want to stick that on your list. The good news though, and this is the really good news here, the breakout on Ethereum has been confirmed. We broke this trend line. Again, just for those that are maybe just brand new to the channel and not 100% certain, this is a trend line now that we take the local high from 2021 or the all-time high from 2021. And then we've obviously plotted that in terms of where we got. So this is a key moment right now, a very much key moment if I can actually draw around it. This is a breakout on the Ethereum with volume support, MACD trending in the right direction. This is a very nice breakout here. Very, very nice breakout. Take the 12-hour low. And what's important here, and again, this is where you kind of understand that a lot of stuff that happens on this channel is not nonsense and makes perfect sense. And if only people listened, then they would probably be in a better place than they already are. What you can see here is a really important move and a breakout above this line that we've talked about. So we saw the breakout from this line here. We came up, we retested for 2 days. We got rejected yesterday, obviously with that Bitcoin move. And then we broke out with big volume. Look at the volume spike coming in. So this is a very strong move on Ethereum. I don't expect us, unless Bitcoin drops below, you know, even if I think Bitcoin was to drop back down to that 115 level that we've just been talking about, I think ETH would sit around 3,900. So I think this 4K now is a strong level for ETH to start to push on from. And certainly I therefore think we could see a stronger momentum as this starts to kind of print a little bit better. So definitely worthwhile thinking about, my opinion, by the way, ETH with a very, very strong move. I'm going to come back to TikTok. What's going on, TikTok? Selmo's in the house. What's going on, Selmo? Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate it. JJ's here as well. Welcome. Even all, good to see you, JJ. Welcome as always. We appreciate you coming in for sure. So yeah, I think it's a very nice move actually on ETH, and I would be very bullish on this. Solana once again breaking about that lower support. So we've had a lot of good momentum shifts today. Lots of positives on the altcoin space. Again, outperforming BTC, by the way. Overall market, 0.17. The top two, 1.86. So minus Bitcoin out of that. We actually had a very strong day. Ethereum leading the charge of that, but still 1% on the total 3, which is good news. Excuse me as well. Cardano we've been talking about for a while. Watch out. That looks like it could be setting up for a breakout. XRP obviously doing that. I've got some pretty big XRP news, baby. You're going to hear it here on the channel first. I don't think anyone else has broke this news, and I'm going to break it to you guys very, very soon. It is literally as bullish as the SEC case getting finished, and more importantly than that, it is super macro bullish as well, if you ask me. So, yeah, get ready because it's going to be pretty big, all right? Going to be pretty big. BNB holding up pretty well. Again, we got Sui with a nice little move breaking out once again, and Casper and Zebek, again, up 5%. So, Zebek, nice little move here. The story of the day, though, is Aerodrome Finance. If you've been watching my channel for a while, I've been talking about how bullish this is going to be. It feels like it's about to get its moment. This is it. It is Charlotte Church. It is Susan Boyle. And Aerodrome Finance, in my opinion, is about to effing print over the course of probably the next 2 weeks. So, again, just my opinion, not financial advice. It never is on this channel. But back above $1 is a very nice move. Lots of good news coming out of Coinbase as well that I think is going to pump Aerodrome to the effing moon. So, good news. HBAR and all the rest of it doing pretty well. Jasmine at 2% is a nice little move. XLM, if you haven't saw my video yet, go and check it out. Chainlink nearly testing $20. Charlotte Church and Susan Boyle. This is my moment. Did they sing that? I feel like one of them must have sung that. Maybe they didn't. I just got it totally wrong. I don't know. But yeah, so look, Chainlink looking to break out as well. And then in the meme space, we got Pepe with a nice little 8% move on Pepe. Bonk up 2. Brett starting to move. This is absolutely a signal that we may be now starting to enter into this kind of second phase. So your ETH move in, you got all of the stuff built on ETH move in, Pepe, and all the rest of it, bonk on that layer too. And actually starting to print very, very well. In the general stock market, pretty flat. It's not necessarily a bad thing, by the way. The Russell down marginally, DXY and the S&P, again, flat, but good news, if you ask me on there. And then one other thing, just really quickly, before we sort of get into a little bit more nuance, I want to just share this with you, which I thought was good news as well. Remember, we try and stick on point. We try and keep you guys up to date. And we try and make sure that we're not just talking nonsense. We're bringing the facts. Well, the facts are that. Drum roll, please. We called it, but they're buying again. BlackRock buying 1,191 Bitcoin. 621 going into Fidelity. Grayscale buying 118. Institutions, once again, are buying Bitcoin, which therefore makes the Ethereum move today even more bullish, if you ask me. So this is very good news, by the way. This is very good news. And like I said, starting to certainly print a good news story when it comes to Bitcoin and the rest of the altcoin market. So watch out for this. It wasn't just BTC. We actually saw Ethereum starting to buy as well and outperforming most of those big ETFs out there. But look at this. IBIT coming in big with a whopping 739.36 thousand Bitcoin, of which they added another 1,100 today. So good news. Like I said, very much setting up for what I think is a solid move in the market. 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝘁𝗲𝗱's going on 2-bit. It would be much better if you started on time and finished later, just saying. Oh, really? Why is that? Why is that? What you should do is be here early. If you go to your job, you're told you'll be there 5 minutes early. Just be here for about 1/4. It's because every time I've set it up to do a live at 1/4, then 2-bit was the motor button, not a drum roll, maybe. Every time I set it to go at 1/4, my missus ends up sat in the room with me, so it always ends up just getting a bit awkward. But anyway, Bits Plays, thank you for the is it peanuts? I think it's peanuts. Oh no, it's an up arrow. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, anyway, overall market structure looks pretty good. Again, I wouldn't be disappointed with Bitcoin close here. I'd like to see it a little bit higher personally. I would like to see us kind of retest that 117, which historically we've always had a decent later on day, but we may then sort of see that. Yeah, but I don't really talk about it. I mean, think about it. It's 9:05. All I've done is discuss the Bitcoin chart. But you're probably right. Maybe I just need to set my time for 9:15. Be here for 9:15, everybody. And we'll be live on time, which is good news. So anyway, Bitcoin looking pretty good. ETFs buying. I wanted to start here. I wanted to give you some motivation. I wanted to say, hey, guys, look, we're dialed in. The bags are packed, and we are ahead of everyone else. I'd say ahead of 95% of this market. We called every single move correct, and we also know what's coming before anyone else. Well, secretly I do, but imagine playing Monopoly and never buying any assets or investing that generates income. Imagine that you just went around collecting $200, giving your money to the rich and trying to stay out of jail. Sounds ridiculous. That's how most people live their lives. Important to think about that. Everyone here on TikTok, no, you're YouTube. Everyone here on YouTube and everyone here on TikTok, you guys are doing it different, right? You are absolutely dialed in. And more importantly, you're part of this community. And this community, I can assure you, will absolutely win this bull market. Absolutely will win. Check what I've sent when you have time. Okay, thanks. I love the fact you've pinned that on TikTok, by the way. I love the fact you've pinned it on TikTok. Thanks, Blazer. You can... okay. Okay. All right, yeah. I mean, I've looked at it. You haven't answered my question, though. I sent you a question back, but you haven't answered it yet. Unless maybe that's just me not reading it right. But it's hard to do a million and one things. High will ETH reach in pounds? Oh my god, I don't know. I don't work in pounds. I mean, work out what $10,000 is in pounds. What's that, like 8 grand, 7,500 maybe, something like that. But yeah, anyway, this is important to think about, right? This is important to think about. Remember, you are early. Weirdest thing you ever come on. What? Bentley said the weirdest thing. I mean, did you spell that wrong, by the way, or not? Maybe you spelled that wrong. Maybe you missed a U instead of an O. Anyway, I'm impatient. My head is spinning. Yeah, I get it. I've smashed the Monopoly board over my brother's head before. Wow, Obi Joe coming in with the absolute domination. So anyway, this is kind of good news. Think about this. It's important, right? This is why we're here in the market. This is why we're early. This is why everyone should be smashing the like button and subscribing to the channel. Keeping dialed in. Really important to think about. Right. Let's talk about some super bullish things that are coming down the line. We could be in for a next target of Bitcoin. The price, $160,000 to a $170,000 if the diminishing golden curve continues. By the way, we've seen a number of golden crosses come in today on a number of different altcoins, as well as BTC. So this is playing out. Good news. If only you could see what's actually behind my picture on there. It's wild. It is wild, but I'm not going to show you. So yeah, we could absolutely be starting to print a uptrend. And again, showing that we are way, way, way away from the top of the market, which I think is pretty good news as well. And yeah, just to kind of cement kind of what's going on, we've seen a pretty substantial amount of whale-struck institutional buying. So for example, Falcon X Hot Wallet was sending $19.28 million worth of Bitcoin. We also saw some big whales buying Ethereum today. Lots of big accumulations of a lot of cryptocurrency. That tells you that we're in for a pretty solid move, I believe, overall in the market, which I think is important. And then Crypto Quant sharing something here, which I think is very, very profound and very important to think about. There's definitely the beginnings of something here on Altseason, but it's clear it's nowhere near close to complete. Altseason is a critical part of the crypto finale. I don't think the cycle will be finished without it. I believe many people are in it for a big surprise with what altcoins can do this cycle. It's been Bitcoin only most of the way, but once they get some time in the spotlight, they will become all anyone cares about. Not even close to any of that yet. And you've seen that today, by the way. There was an announcement of $200 million to buy a Toncoin treasury, XRP treasury, Solana treasury, albeit the company that was going to do that, I believe, has got the value lost about 80%, which is not good. You're then going to start to see SUI treasuries. You're going to start to see all these altcoin treasuries, which is going to be the new, like, you know, when people sort of say, oh, NFTs was the 2021 narrative and meme coins, 2017 was mining. 2025 is going to be treasury companies. I'm telling you, you're going to see loads of DeFi treasury companies, loads of big treasury companies are going to come in. Some are going to come in late and get absolutely wrecked. Some who are already in are going to do very, very well. And treasury companies feel like it's going to be the big thing. You're not going to be an altcoin if you don't have a treasury company. So watch out for those, because I think that's going to play out very profoundly over the course of the, certainly over the course of the bull market as well. So yeah, good news. Is XRP going to be massive? I'm new and not knowing what I'm doing. I just bought 100 XRP. I think it's a good shout. I'm going to tell you that we're going to discuss that bullish news right now. All right, right now we're going to discuss this super bullish news. So if you don't know what this is, TikTok, you need to go and have a look as well. Here you go then. This is a very interesting document, by the way. Very interesting document filed, as you can see today, August 8th. This is release number 11383 for the Securities Act of 1933, and this is the matter of Ripple Labs. Now, this is about to, I think, print a pretty big narrative that, like I said, nobody else, I believe, is talking to about it right now. Order under Rule 506 of the Securities Act of 1993, granting a waiver of the Rule 506 disqualification provision. It's not bad news, by the way. This is super crazy. December 22, 2020. Holy crap. The commission filed a complaint in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York against Ripple Labs and other defendants, alleging in relevant part that Ripple violated Section 5 of the Securities Act of 1933. On August 7th, 2024, the District Court entered a final judgment permanently enjoining Ripple from violating Section 5, and the commission filed a notice of appeal from the final judgment, and the Ripple filed a notice of cross-appeal from the final judgment, okay? So this is separate to the stuff we talked about yesterday, right? This is separate to what we talked about. A very reliable source, Mr. Holmes. A very, very reliable source. You are absolutely prepared to debunk it, but I don't believe this is a debunked thing. I think this is absolutely true. In May 2025, the parties executed a settlement agreement and pursuant therefore requested that the District Court issue an indicative ruling stating that it would, upon parties' joint motion, dissolve the final judgment's injunction against Ripple, right? Basically, it kind of goes through a whopping 2 pages and sort of goes at the bottom of it. Accordingly, it is ordered that pursuant to Rule 506 of the Securities Act, that a waiver from the application of the disqualification provision of Rule 506 of the Securities Act resulting from the final judgment injunction against Ripple is hereby granted to Ripple, right? This is good news. I bet you don't, Holmes. I bet you don't. I absolutely bet you don't know who the source is. This is my, like, source on the ground. This is someone who's close to it, who is like, I either studying law or is in law and actually goes to the courtrooms. I bet you don't know who it is. If you put the name in, I'll tell you, but I bet you don't know what it is. Anyway, what this is telling us here is basically, in a nutshell, and it's a little bit more complicated than how I'm going to put this, but it is important to think about. What it does mean, though, is that an IPO basically is now being greenlit for Ripple. So if they want to float on the stock market, then they can. There is no barriers. There is no constraints. There is no problems. They can literally list Ripple as a publicly traded company and list it on the stock market with whatever that is. DM me at Holmes, because I'm curious if you do. Don't put it in public then if it's that. But like I said, this is going to be a pretty big source. And like I said, the fact that Ripple can now file for an IPO basically with less obstacles is very, very important, right? Bill Morgan has posted about this. John E. Deaton is definitely... I would actually love it if it was true. Oh, man, I walked into that one. But again, this is really important. So here is my prediction. And you can take it how you want. It's up to you. You are, in my opinion, going to see Ripple file for an IPO by the end of this year. That's my prediction. So to the point of Cowie Kid, I think you made a good choice. Just my opinion. I'm an investor in XRP, have been for a long time. I actually believe we're going to see a Ripple IPO before the end of the year. I think you'll see it when they get the banking license and all of that. I think it's a very bullish news, and I think it's great news as well, by the way. Lombardo says, where are you from? From the UK, my man. I'm from the UK. Where are you from? So yeah, if you are in it, well done. I think it's a good choice, personally. What it also does, though, is it now also means they can do this. They can also now raise money from institutions, which, again, they weren't allowed to do because this for them meant that they were doing security sales and all the rest of it. Basically, secretly, and probably shows you how much people understand about this, now is genuinely opening the floodgates for what I think will be a monster move on XRP. I really do. I mean, if people talk... By the way, I don't think we're going to go to $100 or like $589. I know some people have liked to post videos today saying, oh, no, God, we're going to like $3,000 of XRP coin. Blah, blah, blah. What I do think, though, is an IPO is coming. Ripple will float on the stock market, and I think it's going to be pretty crazy. So that's just my prediction. We've got 4 months of that to come out, but I think this is an important ruling and not required. Like, not required. This ruling doesn't mean anything. And I think this is very, very good news as well. Now, again, Ripple's down a little bit on the day. 331. Still very bullish, though, by the way, obviously on that pullback. And actually, when you see this kind of momentum shift that's come in, this is kind of very good news. And it continues to look very, very strong, actually. So, XRP is sitting... I need to get rid of that price, actually. XRP is sitting very, very well. And I think this is a very strong market structure. And it looks great, by the way. That chart looks super, super good. Would XRP go up this week, or would it come down? I mean, you'd argue it's probably going to go up, but it's difficult to predict any sort of movement in the market, depending on what macro stuff comes in next week. Don't forget, we've got CPI data coming in next week. That's going to be a big one. That is going to be a big one. Trump fired the guy, the IRS, today. That's going to be a big one. But yeah, so you could argue and say, well, I would expect the market to continue up next week. That will probably be sentiment. But the CPI data could come in not as we expect. I don't feel that to be the case, by the way. I don't feel like it's going to be the case. I think some nuances will look a little bit bad. New car sales are probably not going to be great. Energy is probably not going to be great. But I think when you get into the sort of detail of it, I think it'll look pretty good, the CPI data. But that's going to bring it. And then you have PPI data coming in on the Thursday. So CPI Tuesday, PPI on the Thursday are going to be pretty big key ideas as to exactly where that's going to be. And then you also then get on Friday, worth noting, by the way, you've got business inventories and you've also got import price index minus fuel. This will be where you really see impacts of tariffs and whether they have actually had a big bit. Now, if you remember, there's been a massive pause on tariffs. Therefore, I don't believe we'll see a big indent in terms of that. So you'd hope the market would go up. We'll have to wait and see. I think what's more important right now is altcoins feel like they're pretty solid. Bitcoin feels like it's in a... Holmes. Holmes, exactly. How did you know that? Fair play to you, Holmes. Fair play. But yeah, honestly, still, like, every day we talk. It's crazy, isn't it? Like, considering the reason they... Yeah, I said the reason they're not here is because of someone else. And I literally still talk to them every single day. So, yeah, crazy. But yes, you are right. 100% right. 150 keep bigger than bear run. Marcus, I mean, maybe. The question will be how far we go down in the bear market. That's the big question. Right. Good. Let me just get back on track. So done that. Okay. We've done this. That was fine. We've done this. Right. Aerodrome Finance. Let's talk about why this was one of my big picks for this year and is playing out exactly as I predicted. which is basically, it looks like Aerodrome Finance is going to become the native token on the base chain, which is kind of crazy to think about. Aerodrome and Coinbase partnership, every asset, every pool, every launch on Base. So the fact that Coinbase is going to basically allow every single DeFi player and yeah, great source, like actually goes to these events as well. Like it's crazy and very much has studied law for years. The fact that Coinbase is going to basically issue every single DeFi token built on the Base chain on its platform is crazy. What's even crazier is it's going to be on Aerodrome Finance. It's going to be on the Aerodrome Finance protocol, which again, I have literally been talking about Aerodrome Finance since it was like 50 cents. Like, you need to look at it. It's got staking rewards. I've earned about $3,000 in staking rewards. Like, it's crazy. I've been staking for like a year. And yeah, this is like pretty bullish news. So Coinbase is becoming the everything exchange, and Base and Aerodrome are helping make that a reality. DEX integration unlocks frictionless access to every asset and every launch on Base, meaning millions of users can now be onboarded to Base on-chain economy seamlessly. For protocols, this means that launching liquidity on Base and Aerodrome gets you immediate distribution on Coinbase. I mean, me. Like, Jesus Christ, that's great news. So my opinion, by the way, is Aerodrome is set for like, I mean, yeah, people are sleeping on it, and I think it's going to be a beast. So I'm excited. I'm good. I'm pleased to be invested in it, and I'm pleased to be staking it as well. Like, loving life right now. Do you think flare trousers will come back in fashion in 2026 too? But no. Skinny jeans, maybe. Bootstrap, possibly. But not flares. We can check CPI data, though, next week and see what people are feeling. I still have high hopes for treble on Base and Bitcoin. Yeah, well, Bitcoin Solaris was doing pretty well, I believe, Vincent. I saw that the other day. That printed like a 12x or something post-launch, right? And had listed on Kraken, I want to say. I feel like it done pretty well. I thought Bitcoin Solaris was doing well. Bitsplay says not a lot of people trust Coinbase. Too many mistakes were made. Yeah, and they close trading down if it gets a little bit too crazy. But yeah, bottomless trousers are in it for the summer. Arseless chaps, I've heard, are going to be pretty big as well. So watch out for that. Too bad, how do I get my crypto off XC? Keep saying 72-hour warning, but being over 72 hours. What do you mean? I've never had that warning ever in my life. What are you trying to remove from there? You can Jesse, you can literally stake it on the Aerodrome platform. You go to aerodrome.finance and it's all in there. It is literally the Aerodrome platform. I can link it here if you are interested. Make sure you use the right one. But yeah, I think staking rewards are about 12% at the minute. Something like that. SEC is pushing ahead and create a framework for super apps. Coin will be on. Coin will be one of those. Yeah, I mean, XTC. Yeah, someone asked me to do 1,000 coin XTC ones. All right, I don't know about XTC, mate. To be honest, not sure. But yeah. Anyway, this is good news, by the way. Good news indeed. And I absolutely believe it's going to be super, super bullish. So great news. And then one other thing I thought was worthwhile just noting, by the way, is this. Look, data sharing is the next crypto compliance frontier. And this will become important in a minute. By the way, we're at 80 people in YouTube, by the way, and about 20 people here on the TikTok. Just do me a favor. Just tap that screen if you can on TikTok. Just give it a little, get a little taparino going. That'll be great. You should see some hearts pop up in the corner, getting super, super bullish. And then if you're here on YouTube as well, do me a favor, go and hit that like button. We're at 80 people. We're only 30 likes. So, you know, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you could. That would be great. So, with crypto scams hitting 9.9 billion in 24, 90% of UK crypto assets falling, AML checks, the industry needs a data sharing combat fraud. Right. I'm not going to go too much in this article. I just want to talk about why it's important. Data sharing is going to be such a big thing. Can anyone, whether you are in YouTube or you are on TikTok, tell me what the premier cryptocurrency coin, by the way, built on Ethereum, that is going to support data sharing? It's going to make sure that your data is not shared when it shouldn't be. Therefore, meaning, hopefully, using their platform, you are going to be secure on IoT and many other platforms. I am looking for the first answer. Hopefully, you guys get it, by the way. And I think this is going to be the reason why we're going to see this particular coin start to move. And again, another good pick for the channel. We've been talking about it for a while. Hopefully, you guys are very much dialed in. But I think this is going to be a very key thing as we move forward. And particularly when you think about institutions coming in, yeah, you got it, Cheese. You got it. Jasmy coin. Data democratization and absolutely getting bullish on this. And you are going to see that start to build out, especially with, don't forget, they've got integration into laptops. They've got integration into hardware. They also have a number of partnerships coming as well. So I think Jasmy's going to really benefit from this, which for me is going to be super bullish. And like I said, the fact that we're always going to have this and the fact that they're going to be evolving the anti-money laundering rules, I think Jasmy's prime placed for some big news. BTC's going down. I mean, it's down 0.9 on a 3% move yesterday. So, yeah, you could argue it is. But I mean, who cares really? It's 0.9%. I mean, like I said, if it was like 5%, I'd be worried. But 0.9 is totally fine. Totally fine, in my opinion. And again, think about where we were yesterday. Think about where we were the day before. By the way, we've gone from 113.3, where we were down on Wednesday, to sitting at 116.4. So you'd argue, actually, we've put $3,100 onto it, which is why I get to it, and you're like, yeah, it's kind of fine, really. So anyway, this is kind of good news. Right, Trident Digital is now seeking stablecoin license in Africa and potentially going to be launching an XRP reserve. Again, it's going to be the big thing, treasuries and reserves. It's the 2025 narrative. But Trident Digital Tech Holdings, listed on the NASDAQ, which yet again, by the way, broke a new all-time high today, revealed plans to secure stablecoin license in Africa and establish a $5 billion XRP reserve, seeking Ripple's ecosystem integration by 2026. So let's just take an example of what that is right now. If they were going to spend seriously $5 billion on XRP, you divide that by 331, which is roughly where the price is. That means they would be buying 1.5 billion XRP. I think it's a pretty big statement. That's a pretty big statement. They also know, therefore, what's coming, which will be integration into the US monetary global system. Sorry, I've got like a nail sticking on my finger. It's annoying me. Then I think that's why they're doing it. And they are, once again, front-running this market and trying to get ahead of it. So watch out. If you are, again, to the point of someone who said they just bought some XRP, I think it's important to understand the macro side of stuff that's coming with this. So yeah, this is good news, by the way. And then look, BlackRock reveals whether it has plans for an XRP and Solana ETF. According to breaking news, BlackRock announced that it has no plans to apply for an XRP or Solana ETF at this time. Now, we all know that's a lie, okay? We all know it's a lie. Why is it a lie? Because if they announce the fact they're going to launch an XRP ETF, a spot XRP ETF, the price is going to skyrocket. And they're going to want that because it means that their investors are not going to want it. If anything, they're going to go, absolutely not. XRP, it's a scam, isn't it? We're not buying XRP. Larry Fink's like, no, we're not buying XRP. We're going to buy Ethereum. Ethereum where it's at. And then in about a week and a half's time, when XRP has a little correction down to about 310, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, we bought like $4 billion worth of XRP yesterday. And, oh, yeah, sorry, we're going to put an XRP ETF on it. So, yeah, it's Obi Joe says, if you don't have money in XRP, you are crazy. That's true. 8-year sideways range. For what? XRP? Or just what? XRP case over and still sideways. I'm not sure I agree with that, if I'm honest. I mean, this bit, yeah, 100%. 100% all over 2022. I absolutely agree that I think that is very much sideways. I don't know if this is sideways, though. I don't know if you'd say that right now a 575% move to the upside is sideways RPM. Come on, bro. You know that's not sideways. You know it's not sideways. It's an absolute senderino. And this is pants. I mean, this is super pants, by the way. This is just a long time, but this right now is a very strong move. Very, very strong move. The debate is, can it go any higher? That's the question we've all got to ask ourselves. But XRP right now is looking pretty good. As are, by the way, many other coins as well. So keep dialed in on that. Right. Watch out. I think they're going to do it, personally. Okay, good. Right, let's keep an eye on BTC as we sort of walk through this on the day and 12-hour chart. Let's keep an eye on that. So that's the news. Pretty good news. I think pretty good news in the markets. Very much dialed into what we expect. Loads of positive XRP news, which I think is also good and certainly is very, very favorable to us. And yeah, do you know what? As many people say in my comments, oh, XRP is not moving anywhere. Yeah, again, you have to understand the macro side of stuff that's going on with this. And I think so many people don't understand that. If markets just pump to oblivion, let's say Bitcoin just was like, right, I'm just going to skyrocket to $250,000 in a week. The dump would be incredible on the back of it. The dump would be incredible. But by the way, if you want to stay up to date with all the latest, you can just head over here. Look, the 2Bit Crypto YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. We talk about the markets every day. We're live here, look. Also, we break down some great content as well as keeping you up to date with Staying Smart, Learn, and your guide to making it big in cryptocurrency. We've got lots of stuff in here from things like exit plans to taxes, again, DCAing, again, all the rest of it. You got any new projects that's coming out, as well as our daily live streams. Remember, they are 4 p.m. Eastern, stroke 3:45 p.m. Eastern every single day. Some shorts, and then you've got a few other bits here as well. Don't forget, by the way, I said this the other day, you can join our community. You can come and drop a comment. You can come and say, I don't know if any of you guys have done it yet, but it's super easy, super simple. And you can absolutely just come across. You go click on posts, and you can post something. By the way, there's a current vote going on if you want to be interested. For my next 1,000 token video, currently XDC is winning. So if you guys want to be part of that, want to cast your vote, then head on over there. And yeah, let me know. That's where we talk about it. That's where we keep it. And by the way, Discord launching, baby, tomorrow night. So get ready. The Discord will be up and running for you guys to go in. ETH again, please. ETH looking very bullish. 4048 breakout on the downtrend. It's looking pretty good. Ethereum is very much printing right now. And yeah, it's a good news story. Bouncing off loads of that support. And like we said, breaking the previous all-time high downtrend. That is a strong move. We broke it with a significant level of volume. MACD trending in the right direction. Loads of good news for ETH. Also worth noting, by the way, in fact, let me just click this up so you guys can look at this because I want to check something really quick. What is this? Is this what I want to see? No. This is what I want to see. Right. Here we go. Here we go. I think this is an up-to-date metric. Let me just check. Let me just check. And yeah, it is. Okay, cool. So yeah, also worth noting, by the way, that let me just print this out. It just looks a little bit better versus me trying to just show you it directly. I'm trying, we're trying to up the quality here. We are trying to up the quality, baby. Here you go. Ethereum total value staked. Again, telling you exactly what we've got currently on the staking protocol. This is on the monthly, by the way. So you can see this is a nice upward trend as well. So although people are buying ETH, institutions are buying ETH, Holmes is Nan's buying ETH. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's buying ETH, right? They are staking it as well. So we're actually not seeing anything particularly coming out of the staking pool, which is good news. So if you're in ETH, well done. I think we're going to see a pretty nice move, by the way. Pretty nice move. So yeah, ETH holding up strong and ETH continuing to grow. All of this, by the way, while we still have a very, very flat fear and greed index, and the altcoin season index is still sitting at 36. So you could be allowed to say, man, I think there's way more fuel in the tank in this market, and this market is going to get way crazier than we are right now. So yeah, keep an eye out for it. I think everyone that looked at Crow is about to rip faces off. What is Crow doing, actually? I haven't looked at it for ages. I heard there was a rumor of an ETF and it absolutely skyrocketed. But what's it at now? 15 cent. Man, I shouldn't have sold it. Oh well. Oh well. 15 cent up 3.5. That's a decent move, isn't it? What's it done then over the course of the 7 days? 16%. Yeah, it's a pretty nice move, isn't it? That is a pretty nice move on Crow. So yeah, shout out to the Crow crew. When Discord 2-bit Obi wants to give us a presentation when you go on that, yeah, it'll be live tomorrow. 2-bit, that's 2-bit, that's sideways like one of those squiggly straight lines you draw. Yeah, they're better now. I've increased the size of my pen. I'll do it. I'll take over 2-bit's YouTube for the evening. Absolutely not a chance. What's good on, Mr. Maybury? Good to see you. Welcome. We can do some Discord discussions when 2-bit is gone. Yeah, maybe I can even jump into that. But yeah, Discord will be up and running tomorrow. Which would be good, actually. Yeah, it'd be good. So Discord will be up and running tomorrow. It is going to be $5 to join it, though. Just to let you guys know. So if you want to be in the 2-bit Discord, it's going to be $5 a month. Otherwise, you can fuck off and you're not coming in it. So yeah, good news. Right, ETH target, short term, 7 to 8. Bull market top 11 is probably where I get to. So yeah, hopefully we see that. Make it 20. It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. Yeah, I think so as well, Holmes. I think so as well. Right, let's bring this back up. So yeah, Aerodrome, we've done that, and done that. Okay, cool. Cool, right, there we are. The charts are in. We'll keep an eye on what's going on with BTC 539. So, looking okay in fairness. This consolidation range, not a lot happening right now. Lots of markets are closed. So yeah. Clean Clips. What's going on, Clean Clips? XRP, yeah, we just talked about it. Some bullish news coming for XRP. IPO, my prediction, by the end of the year. Just my opinion. So yeah, very much worthwhile having in. 6,700, what, short term on ETH? I don't think that's a bad target. I do not think that's a bad target at all. Like I said, ETH has got some very good upside to come. Vaughn, Stellar. Mate, you should go and watch my video talking about Stellar Lumens. I literally did a full, what do you do when you buy 1,000 Stellar Lumens? Go and watch it. 45 cents right now. Nice little move. Needs to break above this, the 382 Fibonacci. Again, not quite there. It's a little bit out, actually. Must be a bit higher up. Not quite there, but yeah, that's at 4.7. And then you start to see about a potential print to the upside on this trend-based fib. Could we see $1? Maybe. Longer term, people predict it's going to go way crazier. But yeah, XLM's looking pretty good right now. XLM pretty good. So yeah, definitely go and check it. And don't forget, cast your vote on what you want to see next. AVAX, XTC, and I can't remember what the other two were. Solana is one of them and something else. Good. Yeah. I am bullish. Remco says, how to invest in Rail. I've genuinely got no idea, by the way. I don't know if I would. Let me ask you this. Why would you invest in Rail? It's a stablecoin issuer, and it's not a publicly traded company, so I don't think you can. And I don't know why you would want to. Just invest in, like, XRP or something. If you want to be part of that journey, but understand the reason they bought it is because it's a stablecoin issuer. Ondo, again, if you haven't seen my video about Ondo today, you should go and watch it. Ondo, man, that's gonna be another monster, I think. Built on the Ethereum blockchain, it is going to basically allow 24/7 access to US treasuries, which we know are going to start to get pretty crazy. And by the way, if you look at some of the data coming out, the 2-year treasury yield is fucking crazy. So yeah, I mean, you almost can allow yourself a little bit, I think, to, man, Harvard have just bought $116 million worth of BlackRock's ETF. Holy shit. Harvard going big right now. Let's just get this breaking news right now. Cinnabug, what's going on? Welcome. Legendary's here as well. Good to see you, Legendary. Legendary, I saw your tweet about somebody the other day, and I want to say, I just want to commend you, because I like the fact you hold people's feet to the fire. I love it. I love it. And I was actually curious about where that individual had gone, and I haven't seen anything. And I haven't even checked the projects that individual runs, but yeah, fair play to you, my man. I love it. I love it. Aren't institutions buying a private ledger? Yeah, this is an ETF thing that I'm talking about. So yeah, just in Harvard buys $116 million worth of BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF. Man, Harvard are really trying to flex that capital out there. Look at this. Bullish. Man, Lauren, thank you for the follow, but it's not the Lauren we know. Welcome, Lauren. Good to see you. Bring up the tweet. There you go, look. There you go. There is the tweet. So this is good news. What was I just going to bring up? I was going to bring something else up then. I just forgot. XRP very boring considering the news. Pause. Yeah, maybe. I can't remember what it was. Oh no, I wasn't gonna bring Legend tweet up. No. I'm not gonna bring that up. I was gonna bring something else up, but I've totally forgotten what it was. But anyway. Good news, by the way. Good news on Harvard. Let them buy more Bitcoin. Buy more Bitcoin. Be great news. ETFs, we touched on ETFs. Again, some good amounts coming in. Balance of Bitcoin, I think this is worth noting, by the way. Again, 6.8 Bitcoin in. This will be transfers. I bet if we went and looked at cold wallets, I bet they are. I bet you like £1 million. They've been moving out of these wallets. I absolutely bet you have. Right, here we are. Top wallets. Let's have a look. So 500 BTC out of this particular wallet. 1,200 out of this wallet. It's a Tether wallet. There's a surprise. 3647 out of Mr. 100. That's interesting. CoinCheck -348. So you see lots of these will be cold storage wallets that they're now. Look, Binance -609 Bitcoin. And I bet you it's all going into their hot wallets. So this is kind of why you start to see it. Crypto.com moving, 1,000 Bitcoin over the course of the last 7 days. Just saying. Some of these, look at that. Binance, again, 2,000 Bitcoin last 7 days. Andy, it's going to be up tomorrow, so be here tomorrow night. I'll announce it, I'll link it, and everyone can join the Discord. Yeah, it's set up now. I've just got a couple of little things I need to do, and then yeah, we can get everyone in there. It's going to be super chill, nothing crazy. It'll be a couple of little rooms. We're probably going to have something like a general discussion. We'll have all my videos that like go straight into there. We'll have a news section, and then we might have like an alpha call group that might be behind a paywall. I don't know. We'll see. How's you, mate? Yeah, I'm good. Thank you very much. How are you? Appreciate you tuning in as always. Appreciate it. Oh, that's what I was going to look at. Say, come on, 2-bit. I was going to look at this because I think this is important. And something we haven't really looked at recently, but it is worth noting as to exactly where we are. So when you talk about, I need to bring one more chart up just to show you guys. When we talk about this, okay, this is important to reference. What the fucking hell is this? Why has it done that? Oh, there we go. Jesus. It's into the matrix then, which is never a good thing. Right, when we talk about this, interest rates. And obviously today, we got that news yesterday that, I can't think of his name now. It's completely gone. Who the hell is the guy that's going to Federal Reserve? Anyway, whatever. Super bullish. We've got 87% likelihood that we're going to get a rate cut in September. Likewise in October and all the rest of it. This is good news. Now, here's where you start to allow yourself a little bit of a thought process that maybe we could get 50 basis points or even maybe a little bit more when you start to look at some of the treasury yields and so what they look like. 10-year treasury, by the way, is down, and we are actually seeing treasuries looking pretty interesting. And I think what we see when we go to the bond market is a number of these treasuries, particularly when you start to walk through the stuff like the 2-year treasury, they are way down. Remember, interest rates are at 4.25 to 4%, right? That's what the 10-year treasury is. That's crazy. Like, it's absolutely ludicrous that you are in that place. So again, my opinion, by the way, is that this is going to be an important number to keep your eyes out on. And I think we'll start to see this start to come down. Now, it has ticked up a little bit, but again, here you can see how this is tracking over the course of the last, probably last like 2 or 3 months, maybe into the sort of last part, the end of last year, really. So again, looks really positive as to how it's playing out. Just 1 second. People like keep shouting up at my window. They're like, "We can see you streaming." So anyway, keep your eye on this one. This is going to play out, and I think this will give us an indication as to where interest rates are going to be. What are they going to do? How much are they going to cut by? It's not about whether they'll cut. It's about how much they're going to cut. And this will be the indicator that we've got. We could see a 10-year treasury of like 4.1 by the time we get to September, which would be pretty crazy if you ask me. And therefore, I believe you would get into a world where you will definitely see rate cuts, in my opinion. And I think there'll be pretty aggressive rate cuts, especially with someone new into the market. So, and into the federal board. So keep your eyes on that. Any idea what the deal is with Glacier token airdrop by the holders? Is this the midnight thing? I don't know what wallet it was on. I need to have a look at it, really. It depends, I think, where you had it. And it was for select wallets that had a certain amount that was done in June. So the snapshot was done in June. So you should be mindful of that. But I'm not 100%. Thank you so much for the heart me's, by the way. Team Monique, appreciate that. David Jones says, do I get a cold wallet? Here's my view, by the way, because loads of people will just give you a generic answer and go, 100% you should get a cold wallet. Oh my God, yeah. If you've got $50 of crypto, what's the point? If you are holding a significant proportion of your investment in cryptocurrency, yes, get a cold wallet. That's just my view. If you've got like $200, don't bother. Like, keep it on Binance or Coinbase, right? You're probably going to be fine. Or a DeFi wallet. But if you're starting to get into the worlds of like 5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand, like, yeah, get a cold wallet. Way easier, as simple. And just know that you then have that cryptocurrency. It's important to have. David Jones says, XRP, should I move to a cold wallet? Again, it depends what you have. Like, the thing with XRP, and no one slam me for what I'm about to say, right? Because I know what you guys are like. You'll start be like, oh, Tubi, you let yourself go. You should be in a world with a little bit of XRP. And I don't want to fearmonger here, but I think it's important to say that if you believe that XRP is truly going to change the finance and change the way that the global monetary amounts are moved, so you generally believe that XRP will create the new SWIFT, it will basically form the new way of moving money around the globe, then there could be an argument to say at some point they could take all your XRP. They could say, you are not trading this on exchanges. We are going to just remove XRP. Look at what Margex did as an example with what they did. So I think it's important that if you've got a substantial amount, it's worth just taking off exchanges and having. I think XRP is different in that mechanic. I don't for a second believe that's going to happen anytime soon, but you never know. You never know in the world we live in. I think it's always worthwhile being smart as opposed to disappointed, I think is fair to say. Fair to say. Okay, so I think I play with the what? What? I don't know what you guys are going about. If you have the keys, you can claim midnight airdrop. Or if you have like a specific, if you actually have a DeFi, you own the keys to your crypto kind of thing. Yeah, so I should be able to get it on. Hold on a minute. Let me have a quick look. Let me see if you can get it on Ledger. Let me just see if I can claim it on Ledger. Because my XRP is in my Ledger wallet. So I technically own that. It's not an exchange. I guess it's whether Midnight Token is supported of that. Let me have a look. Let me have a look to make sure that doesn't come up on the screen. That would be pretty awkward. Everyone would see that I only have $600 in there. That would be not good at all, by the way. Not good at all. Right. Discover. Ledger recover. Oh, don't use that. Don't use that. Search for Midnight. Right, it's not on there. Let's Google this and see. Midnight airdrop for XRP holders in Ledger. Let's see if it comes up. Let's see if it comes up. No. Yeah, no, basically. So, all right, well, keep you posted on that. I wonder if there's still like a bit to work through. I wonder if there's still like a little bit of who gets it. Thoughts on 𝗥𝗲𝗶𝗍, pal? Yeah, again, go, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, go and have a look at it. I did a video the other day about 𝗥𝗲𝗍, why holding 1,000 𝗥𝗲s is probably not a bad idea. Loads of crazy shit going on. Algo, 𝗥𝗲, XRP, XLM are all going to go, in my opinion, crazy. XDC is probably the one that I'm not super up to speed on, but yeah. What do you think Bitcoin could drop to in the bear market? 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝘁𝗲𝗍, it's a great question. It's a great question. Difficult one to answer, right? Difficult one to answer because of institutional money. If BlackRock dumps its entire bags, then you go, well, we're going to freaking zero. If you said, for example, Bitcoin retraced 75% in the 2021 bull market to the 2022 bear market bottom, right? And you argue right now and you say, well, okay, what does 75% look like for where BTC goes to right now? Gets you to around 30K. We are never going back to 30K ever in a million years. I just don't believe that. So where do we get to? What could be a significant pullback? Well, again, if you say, well, the all-time high in 2021 actually retraced first to around 37K. It's about 50%, right? Then we got the collapse of those Silvergate banks, Citibank. Then we got SPX collapsing. Then we got Terra Luna. So you go, well, okay, are we going to see that kind of thing again? I don't believe so. So if we don't believe we're going to see that side of thing again, you could argue and say, well, maybe we retrace 50%. Let's say conservatively, we retrace a little bit less. Let's say we do 45% from our, don't forget, peak. So if we said, well, Bitcoin's going to be 150K, what does that look like? Well, 45% on 150K, by the way, brings us to around $81,000. Does that logically seem reasonable? Probably. If you said 200K, what do we get to? Well, we probably get to about $100,000. So I think gone are the era that you could get into Bitcoin. And I said this last night, actually. I said that at some point soon, I think Bitcoin will become outpriced for an average individual to invest in a singular Bitcoin. So if I had to put my money on it, where do I think Bitcoin drops to? I do think it drops below 100, dependent on the market's top. So if I said 180K market top, I say we retest 100. I think we wick below marginally, and then I think that would be the new floor. So yeah, if we were to get to say 130, 135, then we'd probably retest 80K. That's just my prediction. I think it's fair to say that's sort of where I would guess, and it is guess, not financial advice, just my opinion, by the way. Plum says, I think you're crazy. Curtis says, 𝗥𝗲𝗶𝗍𝗁. I say, God, what do you think I'm crazy? Was that? Or Michael Baby says, I'm never selling my Bitcoin. There you go. Not a bad shot. Keita is the coin for the bull run. Good news. Hopefully it is. Yeah, I'm curious. What does everyone think, by the way? What does everyone think? I'm thinking buying the dip on Troll Terminal. Seems like it could do a huge reversal. I've no idea what that is. Oh, Curtis. Okay, yeah. I've no idea what that is, by the way. Yeah, put your price predictions in. So let's talk about, I mean, I don't like talking about bear markets at the minute, not when we've not even done the bull market yet, but let's assume Bitcoin top is 180K. Let's assume that. Where do you think the 2026 or the 2027, depending on how long you think the market's going to run, bottom is? Let's see what people think. Let me see it in the chat. Let me see your predictions. I want to know. XRP at $20 before end of the year. I mean, that's a pretty big announcement. If they file for an IPO, maybe. Maybe. It's a big move. 102 crypto boxing. Nice. I like it. Diego, yeah, I'll take a look. Yeah, 100%. I'm always down for looking at new projects for sure. For sure. ETH is pumping. Is it? Feyenoord? I mean, it's all right. It's 4,050, bro. It broke it. Broke the resistance. I don't think today's the day for ETH. I think Tuesday's the day for ETH. Tuesday's the day, baby. What's happening? All good, mate. Everything's good. 37 says 75K, really rich, going 100. Nice. Clever reckons 70% will go to 0. Yeah, they probably will. They probably will. Pointless speculating on what the bottom could be until we see where we peak. Yeah, but that's true. But again, that's like saying there's no point in guessing what the weather's going to be until you see it rains. Might as well. You can have, like, there's nothing wrong with saying, well, I think it's going to rain tomorrow. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. We said, didn't we? Assuming the peak's 180K. So you can base it on that. You can work a percentage out. If it was 200, is it going to be that big? But yeah, I'm curious. 18.4 on ETH at the top of my predictions. Nice. I'll be down for that. I'll be down for that. Okay, let's not include Holmes. Don't include Holmes in this. So if he says anything, just ignore him. And he can go and sit in the corner and sulk. And then when he's ready to come out with his answer, then he can come out with his answer. Go and sit in the corner, Holmes. Think about what you've just done. Jesus Christ. Oh man, I can't believe I'm gonna have a week away. I'm gonna be so disappointed. I'm gonna be live streaming for a week. People think I like do this because I genuinely love it. Like I love live streaming. It's the best thing in the world. People overhype it. I mean, maybe. I don't know, man. I have XRP, but I think it's overrated. Really? Interesting. Interesting. I think people overhype the wrong part of XRP. So when you get people going, oh, XRP is going to go to like $1,000, like it's just nonsense. It's just nonsense. I think there's a couple of things to go through. An IPO would be pretty interesting though. If you file for an IPO, keep an eye on that one. Absolutely. Right. Bitcoin, by the way, 116.8, baby. Oh yeah. It's the 2-bit pump as always. Again, don't forget, smash that like button if you want to see the price go up. 101 people in our TikTok. No, 101 people on our YouTube live. 43 people in our TikTok live as well. Let's go, baby. If you want to see this back above 117, you know what to do. Motorboat that thumb. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. It's a good job. It's not for kids. Tubi already said on his TikTok that he will sneak some streams in. Yeah, I'm going to try to. I did actually say to my missus before she went to bed, I went, oh, by the way, I'm going to do some content while we're on holiday. She was like, you better not do. I was like, what do you mean? She was like, we're on holiday. And I was like, yeah, and this is a hobby. It's not my job, is it? I do a 9-to-5 job. This is just like a hobby. It's just like some fun. So I want to do some content. She was like, I'll be so mad. And I was literally thinking, okay, I'm doing some content. I don't care. But if I don't do content, you know that, you know why that is, because I've been told off. Anyway, to my pieces, thanks. Any ideas what I should or shouldn't do with TGE? 0.0001 XRP. How does it even land in my core wallet? I wouldn't touch it, Stargazer. It looks like a scam, to be honest. Looks like a scam. Fairnote said, yeah, I see people saying it will go to $589. Yeah, that's 100% that's overhyped nonsense. In like 10 years, maybe. I actually saw one the other day and it said XRP to $25,000 overnight. And like 30,000 people have watched the video. You know, you just think, man, they are the people that unfortunately are going to get wrecked in this market. They are absolutely the exit liquidity. It really frustrates me sometimes. Really frustrates me. I think the only time I've ever gone XRP at $10,000 is because we had a bet on the stream and we were like, do a video that says XRP at $10,000. So I did. But yeah, some people get into that. And I think that's where XRP gets a little bit of a kind of tarnish. Because it is nonsense. It's nonsense. It's plausible, but not likely. And I think that's where people just kind of get really just confused with how it did. How high could XRP go in August? Roughly in August, man. I mean, it depends what happens really. But I mean, where do you think Bitcoin's going to move? What do you think August is going to do? 10%? You argued 10%. Could you see a $4 XRP in August? Probably. You know, you do 10% in August, 15%, 20% in September. 20%, so you could do another 60% maybe. What does 60% look like from current price range on XRP as a speculative argument? 550. I mean, I think that's relatively conservative. If you said it did 8% a week, 8, 16, 24, 24, 48, you know, 120% by the end of the year maybe. You could argue you could get to 8, 9, 10 bucks. All speculation until really we sort of get some cement. What you can say is macro though, lots of good news coming in. Lots of good news, by the way. Right, we were going to have a look at some DeFi players and we looked at the 10-year treasuries instead. That's what this channel does, by the way. We look at 10-year treasuries for frig's sake. Right, let's take a look on DEX tool and see what's going on. Stardog! But all price targets are nonsense, to be fair, XRP, just extreme. Yeah, all price targets are nonsense because you don't actually know what's going to happen. Trump could announce 100% tariffs on every country in the world tomorrow and next everything got fucking zero, but we can always speculate. And again, I would always bring it back to, no one ever says, oh man, I hope it doesn't rain tomorrow. And people go, shut up, you can't talk about the weather until we get to tomorrow. Yeah, you can always speculate. It's human nature, isn't it? Human nature. And I like to live in a world that my glass is half empty, half full, as opposed to half empty. Do you think XRP is weak hold for this bull run? Much better return coins. I think that XRP is a good hold to have. Would I be 100% XRP? No, because I think there's bigger opportunities out there. Remember, the longer and further you go down the list, the likelier the risk increases, but the potential reward is. So look, and don't forget, XRP's done 550% so far. Can it do another 500%? Maybe. Is it likely? Probably not. I prefer to look at something like AVAX at 22 cents. Aerodrome Finance that I've been talking about since it was 55 cents is now starting to move. That could be a $6 coin in no time. So yeah, again, I think it's important. Holding only ETH and Sol, ABCD. Nice. Well, look, I hope you're staking your Solana, by the way. I hope you're staking it. You can get 8% returns on that Solana. Worthwhile, in my opinion. Worthwhile. And ETH, you can stake on Coinbase 5%, but it's got a 2-week unlock period, so you want to be careful of that. It's all getting XRP, decentralized wallet. It's true. It's driving me mad. Don't know what to do. So you can just transfer it to like a ledger. So I have a ledger wallet. It's dead easy. You just transfer it there. Wherever you've got it, most of the big cold wallets do it. Chris Bendix, Bonk is one potential. Yeah, I actually sold my 𝗥𝗲𝗍𝗃 yesterday and went into Bonk, actually. I think it was a good shout. Can you look into 𝗥𝗲𝗃, please? Is it a DeFi play? We need something to look at, so let's do it. 𝗥𝗲𝗃. And that is not the one that I assume is coming in. We'll have to look on here. Coin market cap. 𝗥𝗲𝗃. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I got it for you. 𝗥𝗲𝗃, currently at 9 cents. It's up 5% on the day. It's got pretty average volume. And, well, do you know what? It's on a nice little move. I would argue it looks okay. Bybit, BitGet, Mexi, Get.io, LBank. Looks okay. Volume looks a little bit low. All-time high was 21 cents, and it's currently at just under 10. So about 50% down from its all-time high, which is actually not bad for altcoins. I don't know what it does. I don't know anything about it, and it's built on the Solana and Ethereum blockchain. So, yeah. I mean, it looks okay. That's about as good as I can give you on that one. But, yeah, it doesn't look like the worst thing in the world. To be sell the red, buy the green. Curtis, you know me. I am literally the worst trader on the planet. Why anyone would even listen to this channel, I don't know. Right, let's keep an eye on let's keep an eye on Bitcoin. Might go back above 117. That'd be good. That'd be good. I saw something from the team today saying that launch announcements will be made in the next like 48 hours or something. I think it is. So yeah, they got another exchange, Mark. I don't know if it's been announced. I don't want to say who it is, but yeah. To be honest, I'm not worried about them. I don't believe in any way, shape, or form that that's a scam. I just think that they are not as quick at launch as maybe they should be. And I think they were expecting a bit more to come out of the two exchanges that they already got. But yeah, I think we'll see it launch next week, is my personal opinion. So yeah. Glad you put 𝗥𝗲𝗃 today, though. I mean, 𝗥𝗲𝗃's had a decent run today, hasn't it? What's it done today? 4%. Nice, yeah. 𝗥𝗲𝗃's done 4%. Bonk, 2.3. So, you know, you're right. Maybe I should have stayed in 𝗥𝗃. Maybe I should have stayed in 𝗥𝗃 instead of going to Bonk. Other than it had a massive fat red candle yesterday, you massive choppers. I'm sure it's going to do very well, by the way. I actually did think to myself, maybe I should have pivoted a little bit less. Did you see what happened with EMCP? Is that the like Solana thing? Morpho is a great coin for the future. Marvin, what's going on, pal? Casper, any thoughts? Disappointed is where I would get to with Casper. It has a lot of potential, loads of hype. They're just, like other coins, have gone flat. Now, it is up 3.89%. It does look like it's on an uptrend. Again, they need to start to kick some ass and getting some shit out there. But yeah, from where that was and the potential and movement that had, I thought that would do way better than it is right now. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Anything on Cake Coin? As in the pancake swap one? Do you mean that? You know, does anyone even invest in that? I didn't realize anyone invested in that coin. Yeah, Plume, I'm not sure about, Curtis. Looks very dead. Look at this net volume here. This is my new indicator that I have on DEX. Net volume's garbage, by the way, pal. So unless this has got some sort of crazy news coming, then I'd be interested. But yeah, it doesn't feel like it. Doesn't feel like it. There is another one, Dogger and Dog Art. All right. Thoughts on Tau? I did a video on Tau, Gibbsy. Like it. Tau's AI, yeah, it looks pretty good actually. Looks pretty good. Anything on A2Z? I have no idea what that is. If it's not on DEX, I just don't know what it is. Hold on a minute. A2Z. I mean, I have no idea what this is. Is it this one? Arena. Is it called Arena Z? $54 million market cap. Volume is absolutely through the floor. It looks like a complete sack of spanners, and its audit looks like it's garbage, so I wouldn't touch it personally. Goes to 56k in Rogue. Nah, man. That's it. Yeah, I personally wouldn't touch this with a barge pole. 600 holders, 13k in liquidity, 54 million market cap. Looks like an absolute piece of shit, personally. Now, this could be the wrong chain that I'm looking at, paired with USDT, but looks bad. My opinion. But yeah, it is what it is. Check Sleepless Coin. Okay. Sleepless Coin. Is this you guys? Bonk Fun Project. Currently sitting at a 280k market cap. Is that you guys? Is that you guys? Oh, hey, Sleepless Coin. Is that you guys? Okay, I'm not checking it. Imagine. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. I mean, I don't know what it does. I don't know what you're about, but it looks okay. Have you got a website? Oh, you're an ex-communities one. Okay, I see. I see you guys. I see you guys. Fair enough. 700 members in there. Looks pretty all right. You've got a nice opportunity, I would say. Looks like you bounced off this low range at 1.9. 3.4k holders, 36k in volume. Okay, what's the plan to send it up? What's the plan? What, you know, tell me what the plan is to send this to a 500k market cap, and I'll tell you my opinion. There we go. What I would say is, I think you're in a good position. You need a catalyst. But, I mean, look, you know, sitting at the low range, 1.9, 2.8. Still seems like a good opportunity to get in, but yeah. Yeah, don't know if that's true or not, but. Holmes, funny you should mention that Ondo is my second biggest bag. Yeah, Ondo's bullish, by the way. I'm a big fan of Ondo. I actually did an Ondo video. If you haven't checked it out, go have a look at it. Like I said, on my YouTube channel, I actually have a video coming out later on for a pre-sale that might be pretty tasty as well. So, yeah. Could be worthwhile having a look at. Could be worthwhile seeing. So, yeah. Raw on ETH. Millsy. Oh, we looked at Raw before, I think. Is that right? I think we've looked at this before. Roaring. Is it this one? Roaring Kitty? Or is it just Raw? Can't remember. Can't remember. Poi for ETH spot. POI. Bodhi, what the hell is that? I don't even know what that is. I don't know why you can't get it off, Curtis. Why would you not be able to get XTC off MEXC? I don't understand why you couldn't. I mean, not that I know anyone, but yeah, it's a Roaring Kitty, this one, yeah? 3.42 million market cap. Feels like that's come down a bit then. I feel like if I remember rightly, this one was actually, yeah, so. Yeah, I mean, it's a challenge given where it's been. Again, what's the reason? Looks like it's had a massive dumperino. Because there's, what wallet's this? Man, this wallet just cashed out big time. Oh, shit! What is this wallet, bro? What is this wallet? Why is this wallet cashing out huge amounts? Why has it never bought a single token on the chain? Oh, I know why. Because it got airdropped coins. What the frick, bro? I'm not footing this, by the way. I'm only reading the blockchain. So it got 41 minutes ago, got 14 million sent from this wallet here. This wallet is why did this wallet send 14 million tokens? Here, look. What is the importance of this wallet? So where did it get? In fact, we can do this, look. We can do this. And it got them sent. Oh, no, it did buy. Okay, fair enough. It did actually buy 1,044 days ago on Uniswap. All right, I take it back. It did actually buy. Fair play. Fair play to it. I meant this must have been like, oh yeah, it spent $2,000. That's not a bad trade, is it? That's not a bad trade. When did it buy this? It bought this the 29th of September, 2022. Holy shit. Can't even go back that far. Fair play to him. Fair play to him. Just an OG investor of 3.5 years dumping their bag. There we go. Pretty interesting indeed. Still need to get, oh, we said that, didn't we? Why is ETH moving up and Bitcoin down? I actually think people are rotating out of Bitcoin and into ETH. That's my prediction, by the way. I definitely think we're seeing some flows out of Bitcoin. This is a traditional phase 2 move in the market. So, I mean, look, Bitcoin hopefully retests 117. I'd like it to hold that range. ETH holding up at 4053 is good news. ETH above 4K is good. Yeah, Remco, I saw that. I saw that. Take a look at Nonos, Steve. Okay, we'll take a look at it in a second. Don't forget, keep... And also YouTube, by the way, keep smashing that like button as well. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, it is definitely worth it. I'm putting content out every single day, by the way, keeping everyone dialed into this market. Likewise, putting stuff out here on TikTok. So, again, if you enjoy cryptocurrency, you want to stay dialed into this market, then absolutely, you know what to do. You know what to do. It is important. It is important, by the way. Right. Good. Okay, let's close that one. Anyone got anything else they want to look at? Nonos, we'll take a look at that. If you've got any more coins you want to look at, then we can look at. Nonos is, I'm assuming it's this one. Launched 8 hours ago. Is it this? Man, is this like a proper alpha play? Proper alpha play. Here we go on the 5 minutes. Looks. Oh, this can't be this. It can't be this. It's got 2 holders. What the hell? Where am I from? I am from the UK. Big Shadow. I'm from the UK. Hey, thank you for the Go Popular. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Guys are crushing it. Man, we got like nearly 50 people in the TikTok live right now. Loving you guys. Let me... Is that moving, is it? Oh my shitting Christ. It's at 4.5 million. Wow. That is freaking bullish right now. That's, oh, 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝘁𝗲𝗀, are you still in this? Man, we talked about this project at like 180k. Shit the bed. What is that as a return if you're still holding on to it? Oh, just a nice 1,714% return. Holy crap. Man, yeah, 180k we talked about this at. Man, that is a monster play. Jesus. XYO, we talked about that right at the very start. Looks okay. Looks okay. Root Network. Oh, man, I did a video on Root Network ages ago. I just sent someone an invite. Don't come on the stream. I'll just boot you straight off. But yeah, I mean, it looks pretty crazy. Looks pretty crazy. Ibiza. Oh, Ibiza final boss coin. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. It's on Solana, isn't it? I think it was like, I think that was like a $4 million market cap when I last saw it. Here it is, look. It's down 4%. Oh my God, it's a $30 million market cap. What the hell is this? Man, that guy's haircut is fresh though. Do you see that he's now like getting private jets to Ibiza? He's like the modern day, he's like Bevo, isn't he though? He's just like Bevo now. But yeah, I mean, look, that coin's going crazy right now. It's a $30 million market cap. $30 million market cap. It launched with 30 ETH, by the way. Look at that. Sorry, 30 Sol, 10 Gs, and it's now got, you know, 895k in liquidity. Holy crap. Bullish. The power of meme coins. Who would have thought that, eh? 30 Sol, launch a $30 million market cap project. As long as you got the right meme, you're good. You're good. Unstable coin, please. Okay, let's look at unstable. Man, it's 10 o'clock already. These streams are flying by. Unstable coin, up 30%. Jesus, this is 34 million market cap as well. Where are these? Where are all these coins coming from, people? Why is no one telling me about them? Man, I can't wait till we've got the Discord alpha group where it's going to be like, hey, check this out. We'll be like, oh, shit. Man, this is a new all-time high as well. 11% up on the day, 34 million market cap, 3 million in volume. Man, unstable coin looks crazy as well. I feel like I saw this one come out. Yeah, Pump Fun Project. Pump Fun Project launched with 30 Sol as well. Man, is that like the traditional thing on Pump Fun now? Like you just launch with 30 Sol, but yeah, I mean, it looks crazy. Obi says I'd rip all that liquidity out. Yep, that'd be a rug pull. You working tomorrow, mate? Do you mean here or do you mean like my other job? I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow. I'm going to live stream tomorrow because I'm not live streaming then after that. I'm on holiday for a week. The workout coach said I called it 9 mil. Nice. He's better than Bevo. Yeah, he is way better than Bevo, actually. I'm on my way to a Bevo. He loves it. He loves it. They don't tell you to, but because you crash them. I mean, that's true. I invest in the price goes down. Not a good idea. Not a good idea, basically. So, yeah. Yeah, do you know what, Holmes? The holiday were brilliant last year. The kids loved it. Like, loved it. And me and we haven't been on... Since we got a dog, and I said to my missus... yeah, Holmes is number one. I can't believe you're number one, by the way. I said to my missus, when we get a dog, like she's not going in kennels, we're not doing all that sort of stuff. So we never went abroad, and we went abroad last year, and yeah, it was great, by the way, really good, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. It's good. It's good. A week away. The thing is, I do want to, and my missus hates this. I do want to keep putting content out. Like the channel is cooking on gas right now. So TikTok's cooking on gas. YouTube is really cooking on gas. We just broke 330,000 views this last month. Like 1,600 subscribers every 28 days. So the channel is really starting to pick momentum up. So I don't want to sort of, yeah, I don't want to start to kind of lose it. Justin, what's going on, pal? I don't want to kind of lose that momentum. I want to keep pushing and keep going and keep growing. So yeah, want to try and make sure that I keep putting some content out. So I've got some good videos to come out, kind of build out the educational platform. And yeah, I'm going to try and keep doing some stuff while I'm out there as well, just to kind of keep stuff dialed in. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. Be good. Be good. Indeed, you're a good coach. Hey, Big Shadow, thanks, mate. I appreciate it. Momentum is everything, bro. Yeah, 100%. You got to be consistent. All these people that are like, oh, I just can't make it on YouTube. Like TikTok, I'm trying to keep grinding on there, but again, you got to have some good content. You got to have a good community, and look, so far so good. I think we've got a good, you know, we've called a good couple of players on the channel. We've called a lot of market moves, which is good. We called pretty much every move that's happened over the last week, I think, which is important. So yeah, market looks pretty primed actually. Market looks really solid for a good week, if you ask me. Lots of coins moving. Altcoins today feeling very optimistic, while at the same time still feeling undervalued, which is a very good recipe for some significant gains. Jesse says, sorry, I've missed it 2 bit. It's fine. You got tomorrow night, and then I'm away for a week, so you better tune in tomorrow. It's going to be epic. It's going to be epic. Any tips on a coin to invest in, bro? Marvin, I mean, I could give you loads, but I don't feel like it's my place to do it. Depends what you're looking for. I can't give you anything that's like super crazy. All I would suggest is go and have a look at some of the top meme coins. Top altcoins. Something like AVAX, Ondo, Sui, I think are all still undervalued. Market's pumping right now though. So again, I wouldn't FOMO buy in. Got to be sensible. Go and check my YouTube channel out. I've got some videos about how you DCA into projects. When is the best time to kind of look at them? So go and sort of have a look at some of those and dial yourself in. Yeah. What top 5 coins, bud? So again, I've done some videos on my YouTube channel, but where would I get to? Top 5 picks for this bull run. And I would, where I say top 5 picks, I think where it'll potentially give the biggest returns would be something like Ondo Finance, AVAX. I think Solana's going to go crazy. I think Pepe will be very, very big in this bull market. Again, none of this is financial advice, just my opinion. I think that, what else am I kind of holding that I think will be pretty good? Ondo, AVAX. Sui I kind of like, although I don't think it will have as big a return as some of the other ones. I think, you know, we'll definitely start to see some of them play out. I think AVAX is going to be pretty good. Algorand I've talked about, albeit has had a decent move. So Algorand may be one of those that you, you know, you end up sort of being a little bit late. But again, I think we'll still have a pretty solid move, in my opinion, by the way. Pendle, we're in the investment group. I think that will have a pretty good run as well. And then, you know, one that I think people will miss it, but it still might do some big money will be Chainlink. Had a good move today. Lots of big build outs. I could see a Chainlink ETF or be part of a bigger ETF. So yeah, 𝗥𝗲𝗃𝗁 Rambo. Man, 𝗥𝗲𝗃𝗁. What is 𝗥𝗥𝗃𝗁 doing, by the way? I literally talked about 𝗥𝗥𝗃𝗁 years and years and years ago. Oh, man, it looks like it's been through like some rebranding. It used to be like a green thing. 322, $180 million market cap. I wonder what it was. 2017. Was it 2017 I was doing my YouTube channel, I think? Let's have a look. What price was it at 2017? 19, 16, 17 here. Man, it was like 1, 2, 3. So yeah, so it's broke a 0 since I was talking about it. I actually called it. That and Monero, I said, were going to be 2 big coins. Chainlink, I've been here for 5 years plus and still nothing. Well, yeah, but what is it up today? Chainlink's up 6% at $20. So, what's going on, Sean? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Sui, yeah, I think Sui's got a good chance. Definitely Sui's got a good chance. I think the debate will be with Sui is, can it outperform Solana? So if you think about where Sui is versus Solana right now, it definitely has an opportunity to do something bigger. Again, though, we talked about this yesterday. If you look at what I think is the biggest narrative, what I think will push the biggest adoption is stablecoin adoption. And Sui is a little bit down the list. In fact, you could argue Aptos has a bigger price. So look at this. Aptos at 1.25 billion versus Sui at 910 million. They need to get it rocking and roll. Look at Ethereum, by the way. 135 billion. Solana, 11 billion. Even base chain at 4.29 billion would argue. I mean, look at that. Polygon-Matic's got $2.72 billion worth of stablecoins in it. Like, what the fuck is that about? So yeah, I think if Sui can get that moving, and I don't know what the like DeFi part of Sui looks like. I haven't really messed around over there, to be honest, but yeah, Injective and Render. Yeah, Render we've looked at a couple of times. Injective I think will do well, but yeah, Render we've looked at a few times and feels like it needs to get some skates on. Just my opinion, by the way. For what it's worth. For what it's worth. Good. Right. By the way, YouTube, you've been absolutely garbage tonight hitting the like button. 58 likes, like 100 people in here. I need Injective to do well. Yeah, Justin. Yeah. Not Frankie Candles, Jesus. Open receipts will return on the NFT. Do you think NFTs have got... See, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure NFTs are going to do anything this year. I think... I mean, what would be interesting if they put treasury yields as NFTs? That would be pretty crazy. Yeah, 𝗥𝗥𝗃, we were talking about that earlier. I sold 𝗥𝗥𝗃 yesterday and went into bonk. I don't know if that was a good idea or not. Feel like it was all right. Feel like the numbers stack up a little bit better, but I mean, 𝗥𝗥𝗃 at 5%. Man, look at Aerodrome Finance, by the way. It's at 20% right now. Holy crap. Let's go, baby. Let's take a look at just really quickly. What are the staking rewards on Airdrop Finance? Let's have a look and see. Big Shadow, I do it 6 days a week. So yeah, 6 days a week. I don't do Saturdays. But I am going to stream tomorrow night though, because I break up for a holiday tomorrow. So I've got some stuff to do in the morning, and then I'm done for a week, and I'll be back on week on Sunday. So I'll be back live on the 17th. But yeah, I stream every single night except Saturdays. I normally take Saturdays off. And I stream here on TikTok, and I stream on YouTube as well. So yeah, Doge on Sol, please. Arrival. Yeah, I saw that. Baby Doge was doing pretty well, actually. That moved again. So yeah, right. Staking rewards currently 11.36% on your Airdrop Finance. Already $68, baby. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. I wonder if there's a way of like finding out your entire rewards. That'd be pretty good. But yeah, again, dead easy to come over if you have Airdrome. So you pair it. I've got the Ethereum and Airdrome pairing. But yeah, there's some like crazy ones out here, like some absolutely mega crazy one. 9,000%. Again, these are not going to be sustainable, to be honest, but there are some pretty interesting ones. You can go for stable volatility with big, yeah. So what you get, 50% if you do bold and USDC. So you see there, look, wrapped Ethereum and USDC is 18.59%. So you can get some decent returns here. Decent returns. And again, that Coinbase integration could be a big news story. So yeah, man, Chill Guy. What's Chill Guy doing? Holmes, do you remember that? Just a Chill Guy. Where is it? Is it still going? Holmes, we got into that like 30 million market cap, right? Where is it? Is it not on here? Just a Chill Guy. Man, where is it? Is it all one word? Oh, there it is. Yeah, just a Chill Guy. What's it at now? That can't be the right one. This must be a copycat. This has to be a copycat project. Yeah, it looks like it. Or is it? Is it a copycat project? Yeah, it looks like it actually. Anyway, yeah, we got in that at like 30 million, ran up to like what, $1 billion market cap. Anyway, freaking disaster. Right, everybody. We have been super bullish this evening, as always. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody tuning in. BNB is going to pass 1,000. Yeah, probably. BNB might even try and retest 2. We'll see. But yeah, just Chill Guy. There's some great projects out there. Pyfax says, hello, it's a good time to trade my Litecoin. Man, so many people ask me about Litecoin. I don't really get the thing with Litecoin. I don't really get it. I don't know why people are investing in it. Now, will it do all right in this bull market? Of course it will. $125. It's doing 1.2 billion volume. Is it going to go crazy, though? Is Litecoin really going to outperform Solana or... I mean, even Uniswap, you could argue, is undervalued. If they turn RevShare on for that mother trucker, then that is over, baby. But yeah, we'll see. Rismus, Merry Rismus. How many X's for Ondo? Well, look, my prediction on Ondo, if you haven't seen my videos, go and check it out. I could definitely see Ondo at $6 or $7. Definitely. I think Ondo's in a good move right now. 102, 151. Yeah, bullish. Again, if they put treasury yields onto the blockchain built on Ethereum, then get ready, because we could be in for a very interesting and a very eventful move in this bull run. Right, that being said, everybody, that is me done. I'm going to be back tomorrow night, 4 p.m. Eastern, usual time. It is a Saturday, which I don't normally stream on, but this will be my last stream tomorrow night for a week. All right, I'm going to be back. So set your alarm clocks. 17th, I'm going to be back. I might try and do a little bit while I'm on holiday, but I'll definitely have content coming out. But don't be late tomorrow. It's going to be epic. And yeah, as always, appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget, drop a like and hit that subscribe button. As always, look out, Discord channel coming tomorrow, which you guys can join. That'll be great news as well. And yeah, look out. Market's going to be crazy, as always. Thank you so much, everybody. Catch you on the flip side. Peace.